Full 8-minute, totally faceless YouTube video, one made mostly with AI, pulled in nearly $10,000. I know, it sounds pretty wild, right? Well, today we are going to break down the exact step-by-step strategy that made that happen. Look at that number, $9,879. And this wasn't from some huge channel with millions of subs. Nope, this was from one simple 8-minute video where nobody even showed their face. It got 3.8 million views. But honestly, the money is only half the story. The real magic is how it was made. And that's the secret sauce right there. The person who made this says it wasn't some lucky shot in the dark. It wasn't a one-off viral fluke. It was the result of a very specific, repeatable strategy. A strategy that we're about to walk through together, piece by piece. All right, here's the game plan for this explainer. We're going to start at the very beginning with finding that perfect niche. Then we'll get into the money side of things, how to engineer a topic that actually pays well. After that, the AI production line, how to package everything for clicks, and finally, a little dose of reality. Okay, first things first. Before you even think about writing a script or using an AI tool, you've got to pick the right battlefield. This is all about finding a corner of YouTube where a brand new channel can actually show up and make some serious noise. So what's the sign you're looking for? It's this. You want to find niches where you see tiny little channels, I'm talking just a few months old, getting an absolutely insane number of views. A channel with very few subscribers, but a video with hundreds of thousands of views? That is a massive green light. It's telling you that the audience is starving for content, and there's plenty of room to grow. So, how do you actually find these little gold mines? Well, there's a super simple trick called the incognito method. You just open a private browser window to get a clean slate, search for a faceless niche you already know about, like history or finance. Watch a couple of the top videos. This starts to teach the YouTube algorithm what you're into. Then you refresh the homepage and bam! YouTube starts serving you up a whole buffet of similar channels and untapped niche ideas. But you ever see those channels that just seem to skip the line entirely? You know, they just pop up out of nowhere and start getting views almost instantly. Well, that's not always just luck. Turns out, there's a little-known strategic advantage they might be using. And that advantage is often what's called an aged account. It's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. It's a YouTube account that's been sitting around for a while, anywhere from 2 to 15 years old, and it's got a squeaky clean record with YouTube. It's established. Now, why on earth does that matter? Well, think about it. The YouTube algorithm is always fighting spam, so it's naturally suspicious of brand new accounts. An aged account, on the other hand, comes with a built-in level of trust. That trust can help you skip right past that initial sandbox phase, where new channels just struggle to get seen. And it could mean getting more impressions, faster. Okay, now let's talk about what is probably the single most important financial decision you'll make in this whole process. It's not about how many views you get, it's about how much every single one of those views is worth. This one step is literally the difference between a video earning you $400 and that same video earning you almost 10 grand. And it all comes down to this one little acronym, RPM. It stands for revenue per mil, which is just a fancy way of saying how much money advertisers pay for every 1,000 views on your video. And the main thing to know here is that not all views are created equal. Your RPM can swing wildly depending on who's watching and what your video is about. And this chart just says it all, doesn't it? Let's take that same video with 3.8 million views. If you pick a low RPM topic, maybe something for a younger audience, it might make you $400. But you choose a high RPM topic, and as we saw, it can make close to $10,000. It's the same amount of work for a totally different paycheck. So what makes a higher RPM? It's the audience. It's always the audience. Advertisers will pay way more to get in front of viewers in wealthy countries like the US, the UK, and Canada. They also pay a premium for older demographics, let's say 40 to 60 years old, because those people tend to have more disposable income. You create content that attracts that specific viewer, and your RPM is going to go through the roof. And here's the best part. You don't have to guess. You can actually engineer this. This is the exact kind of prompt you can give to ChatGPT. You just tell it your niche, finance in this case, and then you give it the command to spit out topic ideas that are specifically designed to attract that high-value audience. You're basically getting AI to do all your market research for you. It's amazing. All right, so you've got your niche, you've got your high RPM topic idea. Now it's time to actually make the thing. And this is where the AI production line really fires up, turning what used to be a long, tedious process into something you can do incredibly fast. The actual workflow here is beautifully simple. It really just comes down to two main steps. First, you use something like ChatGPT to write the video script. And second, you take that finished script over to an AI voice tool, like ElevenLabs, to create a super realistic voiceover. I mean, just think about the difference. Writing a script yourself is slow, it's hard, it's a ton of guesswork. But with AI, you can feed it your topic and maybe even the transcript of a competitor's successful video. The AI then analyzes the structure, the pacing, the language, and it spits out a script that's already modeled on what's proven to work. It's just faster and way more data-driven. Now for the voice, the tool of choice here is ElevenLabs, mainly because the voices are just shockingly human. You can filter by all kinds of things, accent, gender, age, to find the perfect voice for your channel's vibe. And here's a crucial little insider tip. Make sure you turn on the high-quality voices setting. That's the secret to getting that sound that is almost impossible to tell from a real person. Okay, we're on the home stretch. You've got your awesome script, you've got a perfect AI voiceover, but none of that matters one bit if nobody clicks play. This brings us to the final and maybe most important phase. Packaging. This is all about the title and the thumbnail, the two things that will make or break your video. And the process for putting it all together is, again, surprisingly simple. For visuals, you can use a free website called TierMaker to create a ranking list. You just screen record yourself dragging and dropping stuff around. Then you pull that video clip and your AI voiceover into a free editor like CapCut, maybe toss in a few GIFs to make it pop, and you're pretty much done. And the thumbnail? Forget about spending hours in Photoshop. The formula that works is simple and clean. You literally just take a screenshot of your finished ranking list, pull it into a free tool like Canva, and add one single bold element, like a big red arrow or a character. The goal isn't to be fancy, it's to be instantly clear and super intriguing. So, we've gone through the whole playbook. The niche, the topic, the AI tools, the packaging. We have the entire strategy right here. But there is one last absolutely crucial piece of the puzzle we have to talk about, and that is the reality of what it takes to actually make this work. And this quote from the creator really nails it. Look, the AI tools make things way easier, way faster. But this is not some push-button get-rich-quick scheme. This strategy still demands that you put in the time and consistently apply these steps, video after video. But if you do that, the creator is confident that success isn't a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Which really just leaves us with one final thought. The technology is here. The AI tools for writing, for voiceovers, for editing, they're all ready to go. They're more powerful and easier to use than ever before. So the only question left is your strategy.